And welcome to our Green Beauty Call with our skin and beauty resident expert, the beautiful Courtney Kearnes. Courtney was a graduate of Vancouver Film School. She also is an expert with NARS Cosmetics and Guerlain. She has a lot of expert knowledge to share with you tonight, so we are glad that you had a chance to pop on and join us. And we'll let Courtney take it.
Hey everyone. So today we're going to do a quick call, a little bit about education as far as skincare. We're going to go over obviously our new amazing collagen product. We're going to talk a little bit about that, give a little bit of info on collagen itself, talk about our product, a little bit how it's so different, and then also talk about Isis Skincare, which I don't know if everybody knows that we do have it. It's some amazing products and definitely easy for everybody to use. So I'm going to go over some of that as well, and then just some other tips and tricks on skincare as well. Let me see. I'm going to take host back. How do I get host back, honey?
Eleni, I think you have to give it back. You have to select her name and then put the drop down and make host.
I'm doing Zoom on my phone as well right now. I don't see a list. Hang on one.
Maybe when you click participants on the bottom and then click Adriana, and then can you make that host?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I can share my screen. Okay.
Teamwork, baby.
Make the dream work.
Okay. So I am going to start sharing my screen, which I'm really excited to show you guys. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my PowerPoint. Obviously, it's going to be everything about skin. I'm going to start with a little bit of facts just about skin in general. What is it? It is the largest organ of the body. It does regulate body temperature. It stores water and fat. It is technically also a barrier for water. It acts as a shield. And my favorite, it does help make vitamin D. Like they say, you're supposed to get between 15 and 20 minutes of unprotected sun exposure every day. That being said, it could be you walking to the car. It doesn't mean 15 or 20 minutes of sun tanning without sun lotion. That's definitely a good aspect for skin. There are three main layers of the skin. Top layer is where the cells are going to actually cycle, which we'll talk about. First layer is the epidermis. The epidermis does have three different cell types in it. The subcutaneous is the outermost layer, which that one is the one that actually sheds. The basal cell is the second cell layer, which is on the border of the base of the epidermis. That one is like the middle-aged cells. And then the base cells are actually the melanocytes. Those are actually the ones that kind of decide your color of your skin. So those are the ones that make the melanin in your skin. And those are at the base layer of the epidermis. Now the dermis is kind of where it all sits. You have blood vessels, lymph vessels, hair follicles, sweat glands, fibroblasts, nerves. That's where other glands sit, and your collagen bundles, which we're going to be talking a lot more about. There's a lot of collagen in our skin. And like I said, skin is the largest organ we have. So the last layer, or the closest layer, will be the fat layer, the deepest layer. That is where the network of collagen sits, as well as the fat cells. This is what helps conserve the body's heat, protects the body, and acts as a shock absorber as well. A little bit better photo of it is about cell turnover. So as we all know, the older we get, the slower our cells turn over. This is a perfect example of the three layers and where the cells sit. So they start on that top layer and they slowly move up. The new cells will start at the very bottom of the epidermis, which is the basal layer, and they slowly mature up. This is a perfect example of that. And then for a kind of diagram of what days, the older we get, again, the slower it happens. So when you're first born, it's 14 days. And then as you get older, the days take longer and longer. And that's why exfoliation is really important, especially teenage, like hit puberty. Exfoliation is very, very important just because of cell turnover. Now let's talk collagen. So this has been huge. It's actually been massive in the beauty industry, but it's taking over supplementation because, as we know, collagen also decreases with age. It is the most abundant protein in the body. It's in your skin, tendons, ligaments, muscles, bones, blood vessels. It is massive. There's different types as well. So everyone knows Biovine, which is sourced from bones and cartilage. It's typically found in cowhide. And this one does support your bones, gut, and your joints, which is really important for the body. Now we're talking marine collagen. So this one's actually sourced out of fish skin or scales. And it's typically going to benefit your hair, skin, and nails. So more of the beauty aspect for this. Isagenix has you covered for all three. So as we're talking about collagen elixir, this is going to be your beauty. This is literally going to be your hair, nail, bones, health. It's going to be your skin, which is, again, biggest organ. Bone broth, which I actually did start using and I truly do like. That one is going to help with your gut. It's going to help with your joints. It's going to help with your bones. And then, of course, Amped Repair has filled a lot of amazing things. But that one's going to be more for your muscles and your joints. So that one's also got resveratrol and everything in it. It's a great one. So human bodies do make about 1% less collagen each year. So the older we get, supplementation is going to be a lot more beneficial for us. The benefits of taking Isagenix collagen, there's a lot of them, mainly elasticity and hydration. I've been on it for about 8 days, and the first thing I noticed was hydration in my skin, which ultimately improves fine lines and wrinkles. In the collagen elixir, we also do have vitamin C and zinc, which helps promote collagen synthesis, but it also is going to help with brightening of overall skin. We do actually have biotin in it, which of course, every person that uses some sort of beauty product for growth, lash growth, brow growth, anything like that, biotin is huge. It's definitely going to help with any sort of follicle growth. And then we even have a blend of botanicals, which I think is really great. We do have aloe vera, we have chamomile, we have goji berry. That's where the flavor comes from. So when people ask what it tastes like, it really does taste like aloe vera with a hint of grape. That would be the botanicals, and the vitamin C. That's where you get that citrus flavor. Now, my favorite. What makes it different? Because when you talk to someone, they're going to be like, oh, I take it. I put it in my shakes. I put it in my coffee. Most people are talking about powdered collagen, which is great. But the things that makes Isagenix collagen a lot different is that not only is it individually packaged, it's tinted glass. So light can't break down the ingredients inside. It's sustainable glass. It's all recycled glass. So it's a premium product with no preservatives, and it's only around, give or take, $4 a dose. So if someone is using a powder collagen, that's great, no problem. But just think about it. Halfway through that container, most of it's going to be oxidized just from air getting and light getting in, because of course, every time you open it, that's what comes inside. Whereas Isagenix, you don't have that because each dose is going to be completely sealed. Then I just want to do a quick, fun questionnaire about deciding what type of skin you have. And so for everyone watching the recording, you guys can follow along too after. My first question I always ask somebody when I do a consultation to kind of understand what their skin is like. First question is, I also look if they have any visible dryness or flaky skin. So it's a physical appearance that you'll see from dry skin or not dry skin. This is typically on the surface. If you do see that, you typically have, or probably most likely have, more dry skin. If you don't see any flaky or dryness on the top of the surface, that's pretty good. You're in good hands so far. The next question is kind of where I get everybody. It's kind of the question that you don't see what you could have. So when you rinse your face, does it feel a little bit tight? Yes. Okay. If you feel it tight and then you put your moisturizer on and you're okay. Okay. And if you don't feel tightness at all, then you're looking pretty good. If you do feel that tight feeling, it's dehydration. So it's not visible dryness. You don't see it on the surface, It's underneath the layers. So it's in the second and third layer where you're going to experience dryness and dehydration. And that means you don't see it. Typically when someone feels tight, they see oil. So first thought is, I don't see dryness, I see oil, which people then think they're oily. And then they're fighting oil when they're actually dehydrated. That tight feeling gets worse and worse. And then it's just a giant circle you're in. So with this question, I always ask, because that dehydration means drink more water and focus on hydration. Don't mat your skin. Don't dry out your skin more with more oil controlling products. More hydration, the better. My next question I always ask is, when do you see oil form? Is it 2 to 4 hours throughout the day later on? Or is it within 20 minutes of actually washing your face? If it's 2 to 4 hours later or throughout the day, say like afternoon, evening, that's normal. If anything, you're more on the combination dry than you are on the oil. That's a normal skin producing sebum at a normal rate. If you rinse your face and you see the oil production within like 20 to 30 minutes and it's already oily, that's an oily skin. I've come across a few people in my career, not many, but it's typically really soft and thin skin, and it produces oil fast. The last question is, where do you see the oil form? So if you see it in the T-zone area, which is forehead, nose, and chin, the thinnest spot of the whole face, that's normal oil production. That's not oily skin. That's the thinnest part of the whole face. And hopefully you want to see oil there. Oil also means the skin's doing normal production. Also, it's going to help with aging. So if you're not seeing any oil, most likely you need to drink more water. If you see it on your cheeks or thicker areas of your face, so cheeks, chin, typically that's more oily skin, just because those are areas that take longer to produce. So keep that in mind when you do see oil. Where is it actually forming and how fast is it forming? Now on to what an actual routine looks like. So a lot of people ask, like, how many steps do you need? There are that K-beauty routine where they're like 18, 30 steps, and you're like, I don't even know that many products, which I totally agree. A typical routine, you want to be able to clean, treat, and preserve the skin in the eye area, the face area, and then the body as well. Keep in mind that the body products are different than the face products, which are different than the eye products. All different types of skin needs different products for best results. If you're putting a face moisturizer on your eye area, most likely the eye area is going to age fast, or you could even get milia, which is buildup of product. So starting for the steps, your first step would be your cleanser, which is, depending the person, it could be your makeup removal and then a cleanser, or you could do a double cleanse where you remove makeup and then you have your cleanser as well. Your exfoliator, you're only going to do 1 to 3 times, give or take, depending the person, per week, PM only. You don't want to be cleansing or exfoliating your face and then going out throughout the day, because then the skin's a lot more open and it's vulnerable. Your next step, which can be debated what it really is a toner. There are exfoliating toners, but there also is a perfect step for first hydration. So once you've exfoliated, you stripped your skin of its natural oils that it actually needs to balance. Your first toner is actually going to be where you put back that hydration that you stripped and to help balance the pH. Your next step is going to be your serum, which I believe is your most important, and it's the most concentrated. So that's the step that you're going to put the whole face, where it's going to be your first treatment step on whatever concern you're trying to address, whether it's acne, whether it's brightening, whether it's hydration. That's going to be that step. This is where I put my eye cream on, because once I put my serum on, my first and final step is my moisturizers. Your eye cream and your moisturizer are 2 moisturizers, one for your eye and one for your face. So that's where I'll put my eye cream on, which is my treatment product only for my eye area. For this one, I will typically do it on the orbital bone, because like I said, the eye is very sensitive. It's very thin. It's very delicate skin. There's actually no pores right under the eye. They're just on the orbital bone. So that's where you want to put the eye cream. Your moisturizer is your last step, and that will be for your whole face. So depending what you're kind of going after for that product. Now for the ISA skincare, which is my favorite. So with the ISA skincare, we do offer a cleanser, and it's really, really nice. So it is a simple hydrating filled with antioxidants. It does remove excess oil and impurities while leaving skin clean and balanced. This guy's really amazing because it does have a lot of antioxidants in it. It's got coconut, bilberry, orange. The nice part about Isogenics is it's filled with that sensory experience of how amazing the products smell. They all have citrus in them. So one thing, if your clients are looking for products, they're an amazing skincare to start someone with. Just ask if they have any sensitivities to citrus, because I've come across a couple people in my career where there was one allergic to oranges and one allergic to tangerines. And there was one even allergic to grapefruit. So just be aware of when you're suggesting the stuff that they aren't sensitive to that. But besides that, there should be nothing else to be concerned about. This one is an amazing, super gentle. It's more of a lather, which is a really, really great product for a simple cleanse. So this would be step 1. Your step 2 will be your exfoliation. So Isogenics offers a physical exfoliator. If someone's looking for a chemical, unfortunately, we don't have it. But this physical one is unreal. It will remove dead skin cells, debris, and then of course it leaves skin really soft. It is bamboo sap. So they have bamboo stem powder as their physical exfoliator. There are no beads. So if someone's like, oh, is it one of those bead ones? No, it's a gentle physical. So they're little granules of bamboo stem. So it's natural. As well, it does have the orange, tangerine, and lemon in it. So again, nice acids to help soothe the sensory experience. Your next step is your toner. And not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite toners. It is alcohol-free and it's super hydrating. It's super thin, so it's nice and liquidy. This one will help to brighten the complexion and tighten the pores, but it is natural. So it's all done with natural ingredients. So it's actually using witch hazel as your disinfectant, which is really, really nice and clean. It does have vitamin C in as well, which is where you get your brightening from. So you're tightening from your witch hazel, you're brightening from your vitamin C, as well as it does have coconut and citrus in it. So again, a great sensory experience. Coconut, which is a really nice calming and soothing. Next up is your serum. So this would be your anti-aging treatment product. Keeping in mind, I find that because Isogenics is natural, the skincare is very gentle. It's nothing aggressive. This one will support with collagen, elastin, and improve skin texture and firmness. This one does have vitamin C, as well as grapeseed, chamomile, which is calming, and coconut. So again, calming and soothing while it still has an active ingredient. Your eye cream, definitely my go-to on this one. I use this one every day. Hydrating and illuminating. It's got a really nice creamy feel to it. It does tone, firm, and brighten the eye area. With this one, it does have watermelon extract, which helps to smooth skin's texture naturally. Grapeseed and chamomile help to calm and soothe the skin, which is really, really nice. And again, this one still has that nice citrus smell to it. Last ones are your moisturizers. So Isogenics offers 2, which is pretty cool. So there's an AM moisturizer and a PM moisturizer. AM is very, very important for your skin routine because your AM routine is the thing that protects you from free radical damage, which ages your skin. And it also protects you from any sort of pollutions or stressors that you might experience in the day, whereas your PM is where your skin's treated. One thing about that, I do recommend taking collagen at night because, like I said, your PM routine is the most important for skin results and benefits because that's when the skin's able to rejuvenate, kind of reset and prep for the next day. Whereas your AM is literally just preventing you from more damage and aging throughout the day. So everyone obviously recommends an SPF in the day. Isogenics gives you that. It's an SPF 15, super hydrating, and it does have watermelon, apple, and citrus. So this one will help to diffuse skin's texture while you wear it. Whereas your PM is going to be a little bit more intense. It's got more treatment to it. So you have your vitamin E, which helps against anti-aging, so stretch marks, any sort of marks. Vitamin C, brightening. This one does have retinol. So this is the one product out of the skincare routine I don't recommend to pregnancy or anyone pregnant or hoping to get pregnant, just because retinol is not safe and it's a very active acid. This one also does have the jojoba seed oil and the grapeseed oil, so still calming and soothing to combat the active ingredients. But Isogenics offers you AM and PM. Now for your body wash and your moisturizer, these ones are definitely nice. So again, with the sensory experience, they both have citrus in them, which they both smell unreal. Now for the wash, it does have aloe and grapeseed. So it's very, very soothing, very calming for the skin. There's nothing intense about it. And the moisturizer is amazing. So this is actually one that I recommend to anyone in pregnancy. because it does have vitamin E. So vitamin E helps with stretch marks, preventing them, but also like taking them away if it's there. It does have green tea, pomegranate, grapeseed, shea butter, sweet almond oil, and sunflower oil. So it's a very, very nice moisturizer, I'm not gonna lie. Great texture to it. And again, like I said, it's a really great pregnancy moisturizer as well. Now for the last one. I get this a lot, people saying for the price point, like, do I really want to spend that much? Or like, I don't know if I really should. I go through it so fast. And it hurts me to hear that because less is more. So keep in mind when you're looking at product, this is a perfect example. Eye cream, you do not need very much for each eye. Putting too much, you get milli and buildup and you can actually cause more damage. Putting too little, of course, that's another issue, but most people put too much. Moisturizer, less is more as well. And then serum, definitely less is more. You don't need to go through it that fast. I'd say 3 to 6 months, 5 to 6 months is pretty average for a product. So if you're going through it much faster than that, keep in mind you could be just wasting product. So that's a big thing. Another thing about isogenic skincare products is almost all the products are actually sealed. So they're airtight. No light can get in, so the product will never be damaged from light, and there's no chance of the product being damaged from air either, which is a big thing because I find that a lot of products in the stores, they're damaged a lot by like contamination. With isogenics, you don't have that issue. So that's really, really nice about that. So if you ever have pushback for that, just let them know you're getting all your money's worth. And that's my presentation.